Hello there, and another year has flown by on the Force 13 channel, and we're seeing more changes on the website and the YouTube channel. It's going to get even better as we enter our new year 2015 with plenty of things changing, more storm updates and a big shift of focus onto the website as well. You join me here in the Greater Manchester area just about. Well, it's a very cold morning, I have to say. I suppose it's rather fitting on the run up to Christmas, where we've got we actually had a bit of a light dusting of snow this morning, but it's mainly frost and just extremely cold. But there you have it. This year in the tropics though, we've seen the Atlantic continue to sleep despite having two major hurricanes. We've seen the busiest Eastern Pacific season in years and a top 10 quiet Western Pacific typhoon season this year. The world itself has seen 78 cyclones form in 2014 so far, which is level with the lowest ever seasons on record, years on record worldwide. Those were 1995, 99, 2010 and 2011, which all finished up with 78 storms. The average for storms every year worldwide is 86 so far, but if 2014 finishes with a lower number, then it will probably average it down to around 85, but that's by the by. Of course, this year we've seen 44 of those storms go on to become hurricane equivalent cyclones with winds of 75 miles per hour and higher, and of those we've seen 25 become major hurricane equivalent cyclones, which is above average. Those are category 3 storms. That's the joint 11th highest we've seen in the 25-year record. The Atlantic, next part. Whilst the Western Pacific was fairly quiet by its standards, we still saw not one, but 3 typhoons that reached wind speeds of 180 miles per hour. That's the most that we've seen since 1997, when we had 4 typhoons which reached 180 mile per hour winds, and that season was a record breaker as well. It saw no less than 11 category 5 typhoons throughout the year. Someone waving at me on the other side of the camera, never mind. It was a very intense season, even though it was rather quiet. Of course, we all know what happened with Typhoon Hagapit, which struck the Philippines last week. Not as bad as Haiyan, thank goodness, but still caused 18 deaths and damages of over $75 million so far. And of course, despite those intensities, the number of storms was rather low in the Western Pacific, and it was actually one, so far at least, one less than what we saw in the Eastern Pacific, which is the first time that's ever happened apparently, according to the record. The first time we've had less storms in the Western Pacific than in the East, even including the record quiet season that we had there in 2010, I think it was, or 11, one of those. Both of them were quiet seasons. The Atlantic only featured 8 storms, but 2 of those became major hurricanes, and Gonzalo was the first category 4 storm in 3 years. In the Eastern Pacific we had Hurricane Marie, which became a category 5 storm, the first one of those we've had in the Eastern Pacific since 2010, when Celia did so. On the Force 13 website right now there is a small form on the home page where you can submit any suggestions that you have for the website or the YouTube channel. Your suggestions are important and may determine the outcome and the future of Force 13 possibly, depending on what most people want, which way we want to progress in the future. And of course, I know that someone did request more project updates as well, and they will be on their way. This update here, I suppose you could call a glorified project update, because we're going through pretty much everything that's going on with the project in the past year or so. So let's continue. Let's take a look at what happened in Predictor Season 2014 this year. We received 199 submissions, predictions throughout the year, just short of that 200, and barring any late storms in the Northern Hemisphere, these results I'm about to announce are pretty much finalised. So let's go through the top 20 then, and hopefully it will appear on your screen just towards your right hand side of your screen here. So Weatherboy 1102 finishes 20th with 78 points. In 19th we have Anthony with 77 points. In 18th, Nick's January 2014 prediction with 76 points. In 17th, Nick again with his December 2013 prediction, also with 76 points, remarkably. In 16th place we have Chiropix with 73 points. 15th is Alpha Beta Gamma Delta with 73 points. In 14th, Tropics once more with 72 points. In 13th, Nick's May prediction with 72 points. In 12th place, Colin N with 72 points also. In 11th, Force 15 with 70 points, nice name. In 10th place is THC Wind, I believe, also with 70 points. In 9th place, 12 Nina Dean, also finishing with 70 points. In 8th place, TD568 with 69 points. In 7th, Just a Guy with 65 points. In 6th place, BFDIA Fandora with 64 points. In 5th place, submitted on April the 21st, was Nick's April prediction with 61 points. In 4th place on March 24th, Object Show Fan with 57 points. In 3rd place on June the 17th, Paidy with 56 points. In 2nd place on October the 5th, Mr. Awesome 3324 predicted, scoring 53 points. And in 1st place on May the 2nd, the winning prediction so far, and quite possibly the winning prediction of 2014, Kyle Bush 18 with 48 points. And behind me, the camera right now, Woollyback 82 is not going to be very pleased because he's out of the top 20.
Hey!
You can visit the website page, force13.com/predictorseason2014.html to see the full standings for this year. Maybe I'll have to do that as well because I can't see my prediction in that top 20 either. So me and Woollyback 82 and Paul Nugent probably will all go dashing back to the predictor season page to see what's going on. How did we not win or even get in the top 20? But there you go. And of course, you may notice whilst you're there that the Predictor Season 2015 competition has also started. That started around 10 days ago. So you can already predict your activity for 2015. You can either predict the world as a whole, how many storms we'll see worldwide in 2015, or you can do it the classic way with all the Northern Hemisphere basins, how many storms we'll see in each individual basin. So I believe that's it for me for now. Project updates, of course, will again become a regular feature starting this week, I believe Tuesday or Wednesday this coming week, and they are usually uploaded on those days. And of course, as I always say, thanks as always to all those following the Force 13 channel and who have done so for the past up to 3 years, because Force 13 has now been going for 3 years. We had our 3rd birthday party on November the 30th, and the website will follow in the same vein very soon as well. The website turns 3 on February the 3rd. Now I think I'm going to dash off to a very warm place right now because it's absolutely freezing here. That's all from me for now. Thanks very much for watching.